2 months ago, 1 month ago, 2 months ago. They were down there for 3 to 4 weeks in Brazil. Were they in Bellum? I don't know. But it would surprise me at this point. Bellum's also known as Para, Brazil. And it really does look like a charming place. It has the more modern half of the city. That's modern skyscrapers. And then it has its old history, its old charm of what it was originally. And it has kept some of its older buildings and areas from when it was this one of the oldest cities there. And so all this stuff in Brazil keeps coming up. And I don't know why. And they're all getting mad I'm talking about it, so the more they get mad, the more I'll just keep talking. But yeah, I mean, we know Brazil was the hangout of, out on her limb, who was that? Shirley MacLaine. She would, a lot of these New Agers go down to Brazil. They like the mountains down there, and there's some kind of something spiritual about the mountains. I can't imagine the mountains full of aliens if there's anything spiritual in them. But they like that. The New Age likes it. To them, it's spiritual. And so there's a lot going on, people trying to tip their hat on disclosure. I'm not trying to push disclosure. I am on the record for being against. I am against disclosure. I am not all for the governments coming out and admitting the presence of aliens in their mountains or in their bases or whatever. No, I'm against disclosure because as far as I'm concerned, it's the worst thing we can do is acknowledge it. Ignore. We know what they are, who they are, but let's make them hide. Once you acknowledge them, then you're giving them an okay to come out of the closet. Let's keep them in the closet. We're going to take a break here, folks. I'm going to go on about a 2-minute break, and we'll be right back.
This is the Reality Radio Network on Telstar 5 Transponder 5 and on the internet at realityradionetwork.com.
Others couldn't stand for that. The cross was a solution, but he rose again. Wise men follow him, but he rose again. Wise men follow him. Thank God for the renegade and the lion they lead.
Welcome back, everybody. Listener call-in line, 260-356-2611. If you want to contact me via Yahoo Messenger, you can contact me at SherryTalkRadio through the Yahoo Messenger. You can also send me an email at SherryTalkRadio@yahoo.com. I got one. I wanted to know, let me see this. Does that mean they will try to eat us? Yeah, it does. That's what I've been trying to say for months. The aliens, the hybrids, will eat humans. And there's going to be famine, plenty of famine here in our world, in our country. And yes, they will eat humans. And that's part of some of the stuff that the Lord has just hit me with when I ask him, what are the things that are going to make men's hearts fill with fear? These are some of the things. I mean, these giants are brutal. They're hostile. They're not your friends. Don't take them home to your kids. Don't try to feed them candy. They're hostile. And what they're going to do is, and I've seen this, is they will rip limbs off of people's bodies and eat them in front of them while they die of shock. I mean, this is some of the stuff they're going to do. They're hostile. And, you have all these stupid people doing stupid things on the internet, and they're sold out to Lucifer, and they're fools, and, they start these campaigns, let's invite the aliens to our Earth. Yeah, you want to be on somebody's dinner plate somewhere. I mean, come on, folks. You want to, invite murderers and thugs. That's what they are. And they'll do things that you can't even imagine possible. They're just so evil and wicked. And I've written articles. To Serve Man has to be a classic. It's on my websites. To Serve Man, the aliens are coming and they're cannibals. It's a classic. You have to read that article. What I did was I found a short series that was shown on TV, and I just picked it there. It says everything, and yeah, it's going to be horror. There's going to be a lot of horror coming. Everything is not all just, I hate the government, blah, blah. And you sit in your house or whatever and you watch things happen. Things are going to be happening that people just don't expect. You get in certain mind, boxes, mind-controlled boxes, what to expect and the things that will happen, and people condition themselves into believing that things are going to happen a certain way. And one of the things I keep saying over and over again on this show is don't put yourself in a box. Don't hang your hat on any one thing. Be aware of all different types of interpretations of prophecy and scripture, so that if the curveballs do come, things come, that you'll recognize what it is. You'll recognize it, and you'll be able to adjust. And not everything's going to happen the way that we all seem to think things have to line up and happen. And I've seen in the codes where I'm shocked and surprised at things that happen. And from seeing that just 2-3 years ago, that's when I learned that you can't hang your hat on any one thing, because there's different routes that are coming, and Satan can take any one of them. He's not banking on any one-way road to get to power. He's not banking. He hasn't thrown all of his marbles in one basket. He has, different routes and different ways that he's going to come to power. His ultimate goal is to rule the world and be worshipped as God. And so there's many different ways that can happen. And the church gets tunnel vision. The church wants you to believe it's the EU. And that's one viable route. Fine. Okay, that's a route. But you know what? Know the other ones. In case that one doesn't happen, because a comet hits the Atlantic, the EU's under the ocean, it's not going to do us a lot of good. The Old Testament prophets said the leader of Babylon in the last days would be the Antichrist. And so who is Babylon today? It's the United States. Tomorrow it could be the EU. Tomorrow it could be somebody else. Day after that. And so just know the different routes of things that are happening. Be aware. I don't have to hang my hat on anything, neither do you. The only way I'm going to hang my hat on anything is if the Lord gives me a thus saith the Lord. This is exactly what's going to happen. And you know what? And then fine. Then you know what you know. Until then, you have speculation and opinion. And so that's why I just don't hang my hat on any one thing. I look at various different people's stuff. Certainly that article I posted on my website yesterday on the Great Pyramid. I mean, that was awesome. I mean, it was just so different. Something you totally don't expect to see. And I've said it before that my source from NASA had stated that the Great Pyramid, they all knew that the Great Pyramid was built by the Lord himself, and that the other two pyramids there were mimics of Satan that were thrown up. But the main one there, they said, my source in NASA had said that they all believed that it was built by the Lord himself. And so I put this article up that I found. I don't agree with everything this guy has on his website, but he had this great thing on the pyramid for the fact that it makes you think. It makes you think. Now, he jumps around quite a bit in the book of Revelation. I mean, he just goes from one chapter to the next, all out of alignment. and so, you know what, I viewed it, I read it. Some of it was it makes you think, You don't have to hang your hat on it. You don't have to believe it or all of a sudden adopt it and accept it that, yes, this is the way it's going to happen. No, just be aware. Just be aware. Familiarize yourself with different interpretations. That's all I do. That's all I advise anybody else to do, is to familiarize yourself with it in case things don't happen the way you expect them to. That way you're not taken surprise, or you're not shocked, or taken by surprise by anything. And I'm sure things are going to happen that are just going to be so much better than we thought they were. You know, some of the deceptions coming are a lot better than we thought they were going to be.